Hey everyone, and welcome back to Token Talk. Now today we're going to be talking about Sui because Sui's it's unstoppable, right? It can't be stopped. It seems like it only goes up. It outperforms basically everything in the market. It's done really quite well. So I want to discuss a little bit more about that, talk about what we're seeing on the chart, what we could be seeing upcoming within the next couple of weeks, what we could see potentially further on in the bull market, all of that type of stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead, dive right in, and let's get started out taking a look at crypto bubbles, because what we can see, overall market on the day is down. We have seen a little bit of pullback throughout the market, but we have also seen some pretty strong moves to the upside as well. So frankly, I mean, there's just a ton of volatility going around. In my opinion, this is just here to shake people out, frustrate people, make people lose as much money as possible before we, in my opinion, continue the next move into the upside. But again, could be a move to the downside too, right? This could be the very end of the bull market. We could be at the kind of the dying lights of it, and this is kind of the beginning. Who knows? Hard to say, but in my opinion, I just don't think that's the case. I think we've got a lot of information and data to support that that's actually not the case. But again, you have to make your own decision, not financial advice. You need to make your own decisions with your money and what you're going to do with it and all that type of stuff. So anyway, moving on though, looking at the Sui chart, we can see a couple of things here. We can see here we had a really strong kind of first initial move to the upside. We saw a little bit of a pullback and consolidationary period, followed with another move to the upside, with another kind of pullback and consolidationary period, with the third one coming. And now we are seeing another consolidation, or we were, I guess I should say, seeing another consolidation and pullback period, followed by what we've seen to be a pretty decent move to the upside. There was a little bit of a fake out here where we did come back down, but we have basically recovered all of those drops that we did see. This has been a really great time to pick up some Sui on a discount, if you ask me. Right now, obviously, Sui up over $1.30 from where those lows were in just a couple of days. So things looking really good. Hopefully you can see, let's actually get rid of these and let's just look at the chart just kind of as is without anything really interfering, except maybe some of these support and resistances. What we can see, obviously, higher highs, higher lows all the way up. This is a really strong uptrend that we're seeing here. Obviously things looking really good on the Sui chart. Overall, very impressed with how things are turning out. If we do look on X though, Sui also did post over in the past 2 days. So on December 11th, we could see that Sui broke $35 billion of trading volume, which is crazy. And this was 466 million of that just in one day, which, again, insane numbers. Now, one day later, they set another record of 555 million on DEX volume for a 24-hour period. This is almost 100 million up from what they saw even a day ago. Crazy stuff. So essentially, this marks the first time that Sui is in the top 5 of all chains by 24-hour volume. So again, really good news. Sui really is kind of looking like it might be kind of the top winner of this cycle. It's showing extreme strength. Whenever things go up, it goes up more than everything else. Whenever things come down, it comes down less than everything else. It's showing really good strength overall in the market. And what we can see here looking at the chart is just this. I mean, we've seen a $13 billion market cap basically come around in the past 3 months. Really insane moves. I mean, we saw things just over 3 months ago. Things were actually sitting less than $1. They were sitting at about 50 cents. We can see back here at the beginning of August, about 50 cents up to about $4.60 in the span of about, let's call it 5 months. I mean, that's insane numbers. And so I think what we're seeing here is a lot of, I guess we could say in a sense, confirmation bias, right? Sui looks really strong, so it performs really well, which means it looks really strong, which means it performs really well, and more people are essentially bought in on this narrative, continuing to essentially push it higher, make it look stronger, perform even better. So it's kind of like a positive feedback loop in a sense. However, one thing I do just want to make sure that we are all staying aware of and cognizant of, the circulating supply is very low. It's less than 30% currently. So that means that the fully diluted valuation is sitting up at a $46 billion market cap, where currently the only the standing circulating market cap is only 13.5, a little bit less than 13.5 billion. Now, if we were to look at where a $46 billion market cap coin would land here, we would actually see it above USDC in the number 8 spot, sitting right behind Dogecoin. So obviously very different from where it's sitting at now. So this is one thing that I think we should all just be cognizant of, be aware of as we're trading and investing in Sui, because while I think this still has quite a ways to go, I mean, I think we could potentially see it pull Solana numbers. If we saw it do that, it would probably be about a 5x from here, which would be really nuts. But I think it's possible. I mean, everything is lining up to show that it could actually do that. I mean, we're seeing just essentially record-breaking announcements and moves and everything day after day after day on Sui. It's been really, really impressive. The next thing that we're going to want to start seeing from Sui is a little bit of like an ecosystem build out. Do they have people wanting to build on Sui? Do they have creators coming to Sui? Do they have people, like, essentially, is there stuff to do on the chain? Because overall, I mean, the price of the chain itself has done very well, but if there's no ecosystem to follow, then it's not going to do particularly well. But if that ecosystem comes, that's where I think we could see it potentially do Solana numbers. Now, going back to my initial point of the fully diluted valuation, if we see it do Solana numbers, which I do think it can do, that would be really, really awesome, but we would see a fully diluted valuation of close to 250 billion at that point. Now, this is the point at which, in my opinion, I have absolutely no intention of holding Sui through the bear market, because I do think that Sui is going to get absolutely obliterated in the bear market because of the total amount of locked up supply. Over 70% of the total supply is locked up. And so during the bear market, these unlocks are going to be coming. And if Sui does pull some crazy Solana numbers, I think we're going to see the price crash very, very dramatically, because all of these people are essentially going to be trying to take profits as we're going into a potential years-long bear market. Also, at that point in time, fear is going to take hold. There's going to be a lot of people doing crazy stuff, selling, or essentially like locking their losses, all this type of stuff. So I think there's a lot of things that could happen as we get into the bear market that will be very, very bad for the Sui chart. Now, again, this has nothing to do with the Sui, the project itself. It's just, these are just some of the mechanics that you get when you have a really, really small circulating supply. So this is something that, again, you can make your own decision. If you feel like it's a good idea to hold Sui through the bear market because it'll continue to go up for whatever reason, or something like that, feel free. Obviously, this is not financial advice. You need to make your own decision in terms of how you want to, spend your own money and invest it and all that type of stuff. It's just my opinion that I think we will see Sui have a very, very rough time. However, keep in mind, Solana is doing very, very well this bull run, and Solana was one that had a very rough time in the last bear market as well. So just because I'm saying that I think Sui is going to have a rough time does not at all mean it's not going, like it's dead and it's never going to come back, all that type of stuff. It very, very much could have an astounding run back like we saw out of Solana, and who knows, like it very well could, right? And so this is not at all to say like this is like a one cycle trade and Sui's dead and all this stuff forever. I'm not certain that, like, obviously I think it's way, way, way too early to tell, but I'm not certain that that's something that would happen. Overall, I'm just saying just be very, very careful whenever we see such a low float on the supply, because when we go into a period of sustained selling, I think it's going to be very, very detrimental to the chart overall. So anyway, hopefully you found the information in this video useful. If you did, please do give us a like and subscribe, because it really does help us out. Also, if you have any comments, questions, anything like that, just feel free to drop those in the comment section below. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.